Welcome, everybody. I have a special guest here today, Tom Fallon from Ghost of Matsubara. I'd like to ask him a couple questions. Tom, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Ed.
So could you introduce yourself?
Sure, yeah. My name is Tom Fallon. I'm from Syracuse, New York, and I'm 32, and I've been in Japan for about a little over 6 years now.
6 years. What made you first come to Japan?
Well, actually, I was doing another job back in the States that I was doing archaeology, actually. That's a whole different story. But I was doing that and really enjoyed it, but I wanted to travel and I wanted to learn a different language. And so one day a friend of mine said, hey, you know, there's a company over in Japan that'll let you teach English and you don't have to speak Japanese. So for me at the time, that was great because I didn't speak Japanese, and I looked online and that company was Nova, and so I worked at Nova before they went.
Now, I'd like to ask you a couple questions about your band. What got you started playing in a band in Japan?
Well, I've been playing music since I was about 13 or 14, and when I came to Japan, it's just one of those lifelong hobbies that, you know, passions that I'm always going to have. So I was looking for places to play acoustic guitar, and I found this bar called Popcorn down in Yagoto.
Oh, okay.
And while I was playing there one night, there was another foreigner who saw me playing and said, hey, I know someone you should meet. He also plays guitar here in Japan, and introduced me to him and started playing with him, and then just eventually met other people and kind of honed the band, finally formed the band that I was trying to form.
Now, the name Ghost of Matsubara, it's kind of a unique name. Is there a story behind the creation of the name?
Yeah, I used to live down in Matsubara Chome, with Matsubara area.
Okay.
And
part of Nagoya.
Yeah, it's part of Nagoya, one of the neighborhoods, I guess you'd
right.
say.
Near Osu, I guess.
Yep, down near Osu, which is a wonderful part of town. I love it. And so while I was down there, just one of the things living as a foreigner in Japan, or not necessarily Japan, but I would assume in any country.
Foreign country, I guess.
Yeah, there's a certain loneliness and disconnectedness from the community because you don't speak the language fluently, and you know you're different. You
right.
know?
Sure.
So there's a certain loneliness that comes from that, and so that was the kind of feeling like I'm here but I'm not here. So therefore, the ghost of Matsubara.
Could you tell us specifically about that song? Kind of a coma is a very dark word to use in the title. What is the song about?
Well, basically, again, I wrote the song without really a goal in mind, kind of thing, you know. And what the story became about was this guy who he's dating this girl, but you know he goes ahead and tells her, you know, I'm not really serious about this. You know, it's just kind of I like you, but whatever. I might date other girls, kind of thing. And she gets upset about this. She tries to hurt herself by taking an overdose of medication.
Okay.
And so, yeah, she tries to commit suicide. And so, at one point in the song, the breakdown of the song, she's in the bathroom, the door's locked, and he can't get in. And he's really regretful, remorseful, saying, you know, the only one is you, please come too. Really a conscious thing, I don't think. The way I've always, when I try to analyze my own songwriting, I kind of see myself as a channel for my own subconscious. And so I kind of, first I usually come up with a melody or a guitar riff that I really like. And then I go ahead and try to put lyrics on top of that. And usually after I get the song written out, I kind of look at it later and I'm like, what was I saying here? Or what story like transposed here?
Is there a lyric in there or a part that you sing in Japanese?
Yeah, well, Keiko starts the song off. She sings that Japanese part, but then later we both sing it together. So if you'd like, I could sing it for you. All right. All right, it goes. Mei anata wa mei hitori janai 怖いのならさおいで手をつなごう確かめてよ僕を Thank you.
Just felt like I've been serenaded.
All
I've
right,
got
good.
goosebumps.
That song's called May, and that was written, I initially wrote it in English about this 90s horror movie that I had seen. And the girl in this movie, it's kind of a tragic figure. She doesn't really know how to socialize, doesn't know how to make friends, and throughout this strange movie, she ends up becoming like a killer of sorts. Well, not of sorts, but a killer. But so anyway, I had written these lyrics, and then I explained it to Keiko the best I could in Japanese, and it was great. She came back with this first verse in Japanese that I loved, and we've made it so that it goes from Japanese to English to Japanese and mixes it up.
Could you tell me the meaning to the lyrics, just briefly?
Sure. And again, you know from learning Japanese that Japanese and English doesn't necessarily translate perfectly together. But the best I could explain that in English, that Japanese part, is basically, May, you're not alone. When things get scary and difficult, take my hand, you can depend on me.
All right, now we've talked about a few different things today. We talked your life in Japan, your work, Ghost of Matsubara. Is there one word that kind of wraps up your activities or what you're doing right now?
Well, a word I kind of, a meaning I was hunting for recently, and yeah, it does kind of wrap up like just my life in Japan, and also my dedication to music, devotion to music, and that is seijutsu.
Seijutsu.
Yeah, it kind of means faithfulness, honesty,
Sincerity.
sincerity. Yeah.
Nice, nice. So sincerity to faithfulness to your bands, your music, I guess. Okay. Great work.
I think so. Yeah, definitely.
Now, what do you have in mind for the future of your band?
Well, there's a Japanese phrase that I'd like to say, but
Go ahead.
音楽だけで食べたい.
You'd like to live only by playing your music.
Yeah. It translates to you know, I'd like to eat only by music.
Right.
But exactly what you said.
I
Yeah.
hope no work people are watching this.
Well, I mean, yeah, I love my job. You would know, you know, I love my job as a teacher. But if I ever had the chance, I'd like to take the music as big as I could.
Tom, do you have any other goods or things that you have for sale? Or?
Well, sure. For your viewers, I'd like to say that we have a very popular YouTube channel, and also a Facebook channel which is getting more and more popular in Japan. But one thing is our drummer Mike Bagley. He makes our T-shirts. He's actually self-employed as a T-shirt maker.
Really?
And you can, if you contact us on Facebook, you can get a Ghost of Matsubara T-shirt.
There you go, Ghost of Matsubara T-shirt, everybody. This is Tom Fallon from Ghost of Matsubara. Thanks a lot, Tom. It's been
Ed,
great.
thank you very much.